Hey people, hey people, hey people, big up, big up, big up, big up. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Let's talk about Arsenal. Let's talk about this sad game on Sunday evening before the Sunday roast was cooked. The whole anticipation was supposedly, this Gokares v Sesko thing because Arteta wanted Gokares, no, Arteta wanted Sesko, apologies, and Berta wanted Gokares. The talk was, would it live up to the hype? The talk was, is it going to be past? When I say past 15, 20 years, Arsenal, Man United, or was it going to be recent Man United? What I saw on Sunday was a load of shit, but we'll get into that in a second. You see, my header says, was Arsenal that bad? United that good? Or who cares? It's a bit of all three, to be honest. Because when kickoff happened, I was like, come on, Arsenal, come on, put in a performance. That's what I want to see. I want to see a performance. I want to see my number 9. It was got 14 score. I want to dead off all of this Havertz crap. And Havertz is our striker and all of this wishy-washy bullshit. But then 5 minutes in, and to be honest, it was a lot of Man United. Man United done too much. Yeah, they didn't play how I expected them to play. Simply because when I looked at their lineup, they went very defensive with Havertz, not Havertz, apologies, Mount as their number 9, Mason Money Man as their number 9. I was laughing because I was on Flawless's watch along on Sarkazin City, and we all know he's a Man United fraud. I had a Tottenham loving fraud, piece of shit, but that's my brother still. And I was laughing at him because I was looking at the anger within his eyes, the hatred within his eyes. I was like, you know what? Maybe my prediction of 3-1 can happen. Maybe Arsenal can actually be like, you know what? Yeah, these men are gonna go defensive. We know that they ain't got no willing runners. We know that their keeper or their keepers are rubbish. So let's put them to the sword. Let's play our style of football. Let's play the Arteta way or the Arteta sexual way, depending how you want to see it. Yeah. But throughout the game, I saw, well, for my team anyway, I saw a hell of a lot of disappointment. It was shocking. Like, to be honest, I'm being polite to than how I would like to be. Things I would like to say. No, fuck it. It was a lot of bullshit. It was a lot of dog shit. I thought that Arteta had learned his lesson with the players that we should have started or we could have started. Having Calafiori at left back was shocking. Yeah, was shocking. A lot of people say that he going forward, he's not so bad. And you know what? Yeah, he isn't. And he showed it in that game. But you're a left back. When they're attacking, especially against a player like Embremo, we need you to defend. Because first and foremost, that's your job, right? To defend. You know what I'm saying? Not to invert, to defend all coming threats. Yeah? Or at least show them outside constantly. Make it a lot harder for them to get into your box. Pause. But in Calafiori style, he was poor. He was getting beaten by Bremo so many times. It was unbelievable. It was disgusting. Yeah. And Bremo, you see, the thing is, I rate Bremo. I rate Bremo highly. And to be honest, Man United got a good deal when they bought him. But regardless, I don't give a shit about that because I don't care about Man United. I care about Arsenal. That's who I give a fuck about. I want my team to do better. And it was disgusting. It was like stinker. after stinker, after stinker. Yeah? But it doesn't help when you got Martinelli playing in front of you. It's a load of bullshit. It is rubbish. Yeah? Let's go into the right back. Right back now. It was Ben White. It seems like ever since Timber came from his injury, his year-long injury in the first season that he came to us, Ben White has only had a sniff. Yeah? And I can't even blame it on Ben White's injury. I can't even blame on Ben White's injury. Because I just believe that Timber's a better player. That's why he should be starting over him. And you saw that when he came on, but we'll get to that afterwards. Ben White, is he good enough to play right back? I think he's good enough to come in when needed, not to start, because it showed you. Yeah? Anyone that's played football, they know that when you sit on the bench, it's horrible. Everybody wants to play. Whether you're a child, adult, whatever. Everybody wants to play. But when you get your opportunities, you have to take them. Yeah? This showed me why we needed better. And I guess this is why they played Timber near enough all of last season, by the injuries and so forth. This is why we played Timber. Because he's assured. He doesn't take no kind of bullshit. People want to gas Saliba. Saliba is, do you know what it is? Saliba is one of those ice cold players where he makes everything looks nice. He makes playing football for a centre back look sexy. What he does on the ball. But then those defenders in 2025 always get caught out at times. Because there's a time to do it and a time to put in Rosie. Put your laces through it. There's no shame in that. Try to get the ball as far away from your goal as possible. But guess what he did? Numerous times he was passing it out to their player. It's horrible. This is why I said that Gabriel, which I'm coming on to next, is my captain. I respect him so highly in what he does. It's not that he defends. He defends with aggression, with passion. Right? He doesn't take shit from nobody. And that is amazing. I love that. I love that. I love the fact that when Gabriel plays, he plays with his heart on his sleeve. He puts everything into the game. His first season, I remember he made a lot of mistakes, but then he was playing with Ben White as well. Because we all know when it comes to defenders, it's about the partnership. It's about one player feeding off another player. It's about all your players around you working, talking. You see someone going forward, you go forward with them. You play the offside with them. You show passion. Yeah? This is why I believe that Gabriel should be captain. Right? And I'm not saying he had a better game than, let's say, anyone else in the team. As a team, they played shit. It was shocking. This is why I said, was Arsenal that bad, United that good, or who cares? Me? It's a bit of all three. It's a bit of all three. When I saw Martinelli start, I was like, are we still playing this pussy in 2020 fucking 5? 2025. This dude, all he does is have his head down and he runs, but yeah, he doesn't beat a player. Make that make sense. How can you have your head constantly down, running, and you can't even fucking beat a player? That's a lot of fucking bullshit. But guess what? Arteta's still playing him. Yeah? It's so bad to say, and do you know what, yeah? Madueke is actually better than him. Madueke is actually better than him. I don't rate Madueke. Because last season, if you saw me on anyone else's platform, you would have heard me slating this dude. Yeah? I was slating my own player as well. I was like, who's worse? Madueke? What's his name? Fucking Martinelli or Garnacho? Yeah? They were like the 3 worst winger or left wingers in the Premier League from the big 6. But yet we're still playing them. And now we've got 2 of the 3. Made that fucking make sense. But guess what? It's like I'm comparing bird shit to dog shit. They're both shit, yeah, but at least one looks more attractive. I don't know, like pause and all of the rest of that. It's just a load of fucking rubbish. All right. When I saw Zubimendi play, I was like, do you know what? Yeah, Zubimendi. I want to see what he's really got because do you know what? Yeah, there was a lot of hype from Zubimendi, right? And do you know what? Do I rate him as a player? I haven't seen enough of him. I've watched compilations like most of the other people, but I'll never claim to say that I watch game after game. You know what I'm saying? I watched 10 matches of these. I can name you like the goals that he scored or what he did to certain players. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fucking do my research and say, yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that. Yeah. For me, it's all about the eye test. It's all about what you do for my club. It's not that he gets a pass. It's more he's new in the team. So I can't rate him and I can't berate him at the same time. So I have to try and keep that energy. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm hearing people slander him, he wasn't even that bad. He was nowhere near our worst player. But he's in a system which he's still learning. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm hoping that like if we're going for preseason and I only watch 1.5 games, he looks okay. Right. And I'm not really gonna say, oh yeah, but preseason, you know what I'm saying? He should be giving his all. No, it's preseason. You know what I'm saying? It's for players to just get their fitness up and do better. You get me? Learn the system, learn the way the players that are around them play. You know what I'm saying? Instead of players shouting, oh, I'm over here. Use your body language. Right? Move. You know what I'm saying? Flow like the river. You get me? So I'm not really gonna judge him like that. I'm just gonna be like, do you know what? Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only judge him. Let's say, come 5 games, he better show me something. He better show me something because like we're playing Man United, we're not at home, and as bad as Man United are, it's still Man United. You don't have to say anything in the dressing room to hype up your players when you're playing Arsenal because we have that rivalry. Well, I have that rivalry because I grew up in that rivalry. I wasn't born in that rivalry. I was born with when it was Arsenal, Liverpool. Yeah, way back. But yeah, I grew up in the Arsenal Man United rivalry. So the hatred I got for them, next level. You know what I'm saying? Tottenham, then Man United. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else, it is what it is. You get me? Declan Rice. You see, the thing with Declan Rice is I forgot that he was actually playing at times. He definitely was a passenger. Definitely was a passenger. I'm a fan of Declan Rice. Yeah, big up, side brother. I'm a massive fan of Declan Rice because he's not that skillful player that you know that he's going to do an overstep, take on 5 or 6, 7 players. Yeah, he's a workhorse. He's a runner, and that's what we need in our team. We need runners. We need people. Not everyone. No, like it's he. When I see him play, he never wants to be the main person. He just wants to be a part in the cog to help the team tick. And that's what I respect. But he had a shocking game because he wasn't there. You get me? He wasn't around. But you know what? I still respect him for, you know what I'm saying, trying and running, but he wasn't good enough. Yeah. Saka, right? Saka's been our shining light ever since he stepped into the team at left back because we had the injury. Who was it to Kolasinac or whoever that pussy always, you know what I'm saying? He's gone, so he's a pussy for my team. But then he had a shocking game. Has he fully recovered from last season? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you're playing, play with some oomph. Just remember, this is Arsenal Man United. It was shocking. And it's so funny that so I just jumped into the chat because me and him be going back and forth about defensive woes because you know the game of Friday with Liverpool and I can't remember who they was playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like such a long time ago right now. When they won 4-2, they started off, they looked very shaky at the back. Very shaky. But they got through. But anyway, get back to Arsenal. When Saka, when I see Saka playing, he didn't have enough, he couldn't do anything. Yeah, Bournemouth, apologies, Bournemouth. When Saka was playing, he was rubbish, bro. You get me? This is one of the worst I've seen Saka. Right? And I've seen him limping after limp after limp. But you see, when he gets the ball, at least he's taken on a few players. Yeah. Maybe it's match fitness. Maybe it was a game too early. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. If your name is on the team sheet, yeah, put a performance, yeah. And like I remember the good old days of when we used to be like, when if you ever had the FPL magazine, there's two fixtures we also look out for was the Man United and the Tottenham game, yeah, because you know it's going to be a fiery one. So you need to come with that passion. And do you know what? To be honest, in the first 10, 15 minutes, there was a lot of fiery, like the ref did let a little bit go. Yeah. But after that, it was bullshit. And he was a part of that. Yeah. He was a part of that mess. A part of that fucking mess. All right. We have Odegaard. Odegaard now, yeah. I've heard people fucking big up Odegaard. Don't worry, he'll be back. He'll be back. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah. The moment he came to Arsenal, right? Right, off loan from Real Madrid. I wasn't sold on him. But do you know what? Yeah, do you know when you hear about this one kid? I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. Then that good season that he had 3 seasons ago, yeah, he was balling out, blood. He was shooting from here, shooting from there. You get what I'm saying? His passes were on point. Even the season after that, yeah, or at least 6 months of it, he was balling. I thought, you know what? Yeah, this dude is a fucking baller. Yeah, I was bigging him up, bro, because I didn't see him play before. But then when he was integrated in the Arsenal team, I was like, yes, man, bad man time. You get me? Yeah, he's gonna put man to the sword, blood. You get me? Finally, we've got another Özil, yeah. Blood clot. If you ever watched him like last season, and well, even in the Man United game, he was piss poor. I've been on streams since then, and it's funny because when people are saying to me that well, Odegaard had a lot of the ball, yeah. What did he do? What the fuck did Odegaard do with the ball? Yeah, he made his first through ball 90 fucking minutes. 90 minutes. And people still rate this dude. This is Arsenal Man United. This is fucking Arsenal Man United. I am sick and tired, yeah, of people like gassing up this dude. He's a load of shit. He's a load of shit, bro. You hear me? Odegaard is a load of fucking dog shit. I'm sick and tired of people trying to gas him up. Sick and tired of it, bro. But it's one of the things where will he get better? I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know if he's going to get better. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. But the thing is, he won't get dropped. The only way, yeah, he comes off the fucking field, bar injury, yeah, is when Arsenal's losing or drawing. Yeah, make that make sense. The only time he comes off or he's not playing for Arsenal is if he's injured or Arsenal is losing or drawing, meaning he was taken off last season 22 times when Arsenal was in losing or drawing positions. When you're losing, you want your captain to be like, yes, man, come on, lads, yeah. I'm gonna be the key, as Tony would say. I'm gonna take this, man. I want to do my fucking job. Yeah. I remember when I saw an interview of Odegaard, and he said, if I could play in any other position than mine, he said, I want to play as a defender because we do less running. Less running. Less fucking running. And this is our captain. Yeah. This is our leader. This is Arsenal's, yeah, focal person. He is supposed to be Arteta's second in command, or Arteta's brain and mind on the and mouth on the pitch. Pause. But it's a load of bullshit. It's a fucking load of bullshit, which I'm tired of, bro. And we're still playing him. Hit me. We're still like, do you know what? Let's give him a chance. Let's try and play him into form. I said a long time ago, yeah, he ain't creating shit. Only thing he's creating is picnic star. It's bad blood. This shit fucking makes me sick. And you know what, yeah? As a loyal Arsenal fan, because I'm always club over any player, yeah? any player. That's who I am. If we was told to sell him tomorrow, I'll say, get the fuck out of my club. Get out of my club. Yeah. And people want and people want to say, yeah, trust him. Trust the process. What the fuck are we trusting? This shit makes me sick. Gyökeres now. People want to slate Gyökeres, yeah? Because you know what it is, I understand rival fans like slating my striker. Because you know what, yeah, that's what we do. I take the piss out of everyone's strikers or everyone's players, right? So you know what, yeah, when man want to chat shit about my one, I take it like a pinch of salt. It's my own fucking fan base. This is something that every single Arsenal player wanted, right? But yeah, what they didn't see, they didn't see the fact that they didn't give him service, or the style of play that was playing suited Havertz because we were playing with him for so long. It's gonna take him a minute, yeah, to get into this. Like to actually perform within this team. But when he scores, do you know what? Yeah, he's got my backing, bro. I know he's gonna do well. You know what I'm saying? I know he's gonna do well. Is what I'm saying. I've got that faith. Am I right? Am I wrong? Who knows? Only time is tell. I'm not Mr. Meg. I can't predict the future. You know what I'm saying? But what I do see, I saw what he did last season, and that's no fluke. Or the season before, and that's no fluke. You get me? If we can win a game and he doesn't score, cool. But yet, he needs to back because that's what we bought him for. When people say that Arsenal didn't play well, in the midfield we look shaky, yeah? All over the pitch we look shaky. We were shit. I'm not going to deny that, yeah? But then if you really dig deep into it, last season we had Partey in the middle. Someone that's had a cool and a calm persona mind. His footballing skill was so slick, yeah? He could half turn, full turn. Yeah. He could do the fucking U-turn. Usher, big up. Yeah. And it looked good. Yeah. So when we played with someone that calm, we could transition from defense midfield to attack. Simple, because we had a Partey. We had a Partey, so Declan Rice didn't have to think too much. Just let his instincts roll. Yeah. And I'm not trying to disrespect or take shots at Declan Rice. But that's the reality of it. When you have someone like Partey or even Jorginho in your team, yeah? Because just remember, forget if Jorginho's legs had gone. A great mind is a great mind, yeah? Xavi was never a pacey player. Zidane was never a pacey player. So why did they look so slick and silky? Because of their footballing mind, yeah? Partey was there last season controlling it. If anything here, Partey was actually our most important player last season next to Gabriel. Yeah? Because that man there kept us in games where we needed a goal. Gabriel, where we needed that last slide tackle. Gabriel, where we needed that aggression. Gabriel, where we needed a fucking leader. Gabriel, where we needed more composure. Partey, where we needed to turn. Fucking get that. Maybe that goal that we couldn't get. Partey also did that. Yeah? Through balls. Partey did that. Deep black playmaker, as these 25-year-old fucking woke bullshit kids like to say these days. But hey, it's what it is. That's the world we live in. So people don't understand. Partey was so important to us last season. And you can see the difference in our first game. Yeah, cool. Barring it's our first game, but it's not against a team lower in the league. Well, technically, Man United finished 15th, yeah? So history will say they're a big club. But if we're going off last season, they're a bottom club up. You know what I'm trying to say. If it was against like Leeds, West Ham beat us last season. But no, West Ham this season is shit. My relegation pick, yeah? Or one of them. I could understand, do you know what, yeah? Arsenal fans saying, do you know what, right? We should do better, right? But this is against Man United. It seemed like these men played the occasion instead of their game. And this is what was missing. Because when you have a big personality and a big player, yeah, like Partey, a game changer, you play that game using your brain instead of your fucking emotion. But you know what? We don't have him in our team. You see, Sai, you're right there. You see, Zuberman is not physical at all. He's not physical. But you don't need to be physical. You don't need to be the biggest. You know what I'm saying? You just have to use your footballing brain. That's all you need to do. I got brought up with the notion of if your white shorts is dirty, that means you're not using your footballing brain. That means you're sliding for no reason. The best players would anticipate where a person is going. Yeah. So you counter that. Man don't need to be fucking being 100% aggressive. That's a Joe Linton thing. That's what that man there. And you know the funny thing is, as good as that man there are, they will never reach to that level. And I'm being honest, bro. You get me? Look at your midfield. Your midfield, like aside Liverpool fan, your midfield is not overly aggressive, but it works because they got footballing brain people there. That's all. You see it, fam. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, and Sizer said, don't see, I don't want to disturb your flow, but in my opinion, if Arsenal has scored goals, Martin needs to be on point every game. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, you're right, bro. Like, do you know what? Yeah, for me, scoring goals is so important because goals wins games. Yeah, goals wins games because we can outscore, man. But for me, it's more of it's more of it's hard for us to score goals if Arsenal are not creating. This is why I wanted an Eze, because when you have an Eze, it's different gravy. You know what I'm saying? It's a different option. It's something different. Yeah, it's like I remember when we bought Vieira, that Portuguese bullshit. Yeah, we bought him to be similar to Odegaard. So you're bringing on like for like. What's the point of bringing on like for like? That's kind of disrespectful in a certain way. When you're winning or you're like say when you're winning or you're losing or you need to grab a goal, you don't want to bring a like for like on because that means they've got your system on lock. You know what I'm saying? You want to bring in someone different, maybe more of a maverick, and that's what Eze is, a maverick. But instead of getting a maverick, do you know what we do? We go to Chelsea and we go and get Madueke. Yeah, but he's better than Martinelli. But yeah, I still don't want him. You know what I'm saying? I wanted something better because we all know he gets his goals on the right side, but then he's not going to dislodge Saka. This shit makes me sick all the time. You see, with me, I try to see football in the way of, okay, when you come to my team, what can you do to my team? Yeah, what can you do for my team? But it seems like all I'm seeing is the same old. I don't trust Arteta. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm hoping at times that the talent of the players that's on field, can nullify the stupidity of this fucking manager. But it seems like it's hard when you got man like Odegaard as your captain. And I don't want to make this the Odegaard show because it's not. He just makes me sick. Yeah. To be honest, I'm just happy that Zinchenko was nowhere near my team because then I would have crashed. You know what I'm saying? I would have said, fuck this shit, end the stream and all of that. Yeah. With Man United, you see, when Man United was attacking Arsenal, do you know what? Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's the best I've seen Man United play in a game. In my opinion, it was down to a few factors. It was more the fact of Embremo, Cunha, and them playing Arsenal, and they know what it means to the fans. Yeah, you see, Embremo and Cunha, they completely changed Man United to a certain extent, just to a certain extent, not much, just because they had players running down left and right last season. But the only thing is, it looks like there's just a little bit more penetration. But it's the same kind of Man United that played. Because Odegaard had so much space in the middle, but he was up against Casemiro. We all saw, anyone that saw the match, realized that Casemiro had no legs. So Odegaard can do what he wanted to do. Yeah. Let him come up against proper fucking midfielders, holding midfielders, proper sixes. What the fuck does he do? He goes missing. Hit me. He goes missing. He tries to do a hair flick, turns around, do another fucking hair flick, turn the other way. Right? So obviously Odegaard's going to look good or have the ball consistently in the middle. But yet, he did nothing with it. Because if he had a good game, I'll be the first one to say, do you know what, yeah? My man had a decent game still, you know what I'm saying? I hope that he brings that energy to the next game. But it was a load of dog shit. But with Man United, it was more, they played well. It was a mixture of things. They played well, We played bad. Yeah. Guess what? We got the 3 points. Was it a fluke goal? No, it wasn't a fluke goal. I'll tell you why. Their keeper should have had it. And a lot of goals are scored from mistakes. From mistakes. But it's what it's you have to capitalize on those mistakes. And we did it. You know what I'm saying? Set piece again. Ole, ole. You know what I'm saying? Calafiori scored. Yeah. And the thing is, yeah, as the game went on, Arsenal gave Man United ample chances to get the game back. We were constantly passing the ball to them. It was disgusting. When I want Arsenal to be cool and calm and collective, who is there to help us? You see, this is where Saliba should have stood at, because Saliba is supposed to be the calm one. But yet, between him and Gabriel, he was the one that's giving the ball away mostly. Ben White was getting cooked. Calafiori was nowhere to be seen. So now Gabriel had to do twice the work. And he did it. You know what I'm saying? Man United didn't have any real chances. Man United didn't have any real... No, let me show you something. Man United did not have any clear-cut chances. No clear-cut chances. And then people want to say Man United had a good game. And people want to tell me Man United had a good game. No. We were dog shit. So basically, how I see it is that if this is the best Man United can play, right? And this is the worst we can play, and Man United still can't beat us, have Man United really changed? Huh? Have a think about that. Because you can say this is near enough Arsenal's first team, barring Timber. I would say it sounds bad for me to say, but as the league is currently constructed, Madueke, right? This is the best that Man United could do. And the closest they got to us was what? Hitting the post and having Mbeumo's header go straight to the keeper, which in my opinion, the keeper should have caught, and I think it was for the cameras, but you know what? They didn't score. And it took off deflection. So it was good that he got to that header. I have to rate him for that. I'm not taking nothing else from that. But everything else, yeah, was like potluck shots or P rolls or whatever. So that's why United really changed. Even though they got Mbeumo and Cunha, which can beat players, and I'm not taking nothing else from them, but the same problems are still there. From what I saw anyway, as an outsider looking in. This is why I said, if this is the best Man United can offer, are they going to finish any higher than 10th this season? Because that's where my pick is for them. And I know the window was still open, but we can only talk about the players that's here today. You know what I'm saying? Because if they do get a believer, game changer. Game changer. It means that they have energy in midfield now. Because Mason Mount, what's he going to do? Yeah? Mason Mount needs a lot of trash. And to be honest, they've got Amran. Yeah? And Amran likes who he likes. Yeah? I was surprised that he started Mbeumo and Cunha. But guess what? They really weren't going to see Garnacho or Højlund, were they? Start. That'll be a fucking outrage. Yeah? It's just that with Man United, yeah, Man United was just passing the ball, doing their spamming, switch the play so it looks better. Because when everyone's on one side and they switch the play, you're like, oh, fucking hell, what a ball. Nah, that's not a ball. Any standard player can do that. You know what I'm saying? Just go to a Sunday league match. Just go walk past the park on Sunday and you'll see man do that. You know what I'm saying? Technique-wise, yeah, cool, they got that. Yeah. But that's easy. What you want to see is a ball through the channels. Break the lines, yeah. Then you can say, okay, yes. If you could say that Man United carved Arsenal open, and Raya had save after save after save after save, because just remember, Man United had 22 shots, yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, if I told someone that Man United had 22 shots against Arsenal, they'll be like, bloody hell, mate, yeah, fucking hell, Don. They had 22 shots. They must have been ripping your team a new one. But if I said that they had seven shots on target, right? No clear-cut chances, yeah? One hit the post, the rest of them were P-rollers or pot shots. They had man They had defenders, yeah, trying to do a worldie outside the box instead of trying to play the ball in to their more technical players. But yet Man United's changed. But Man United has such a great game. This is why, again, my title says, was Arsenal that bad? United that good? Or who cares? It's a bit of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Because Arsenal was bad. Man United was, you know what I'm saying? And the people are saying they're that good and they can't beat a poorly constructed Arsenal that were playing on the day. Like, Man United's got some real problems. Because, like I started off this with, Arsenal as a team played horrible. If Arsenal went up against a Liverpool like that, yeah. If Arsenal went up against Liverpool playing like that, yeah, you see there's a vein right there, blood. It'll be still out 2 days later. I will be fucking fuming. It's only because somehow the footballing gods were on our side. And as bad as we were, we didn't lose that game. And it's nice to actually beat Man United and in their home ground because Arsenal record there is bad. It's disgusting. We've got Liverpool coming up soon. We got Man City coming up soon. We got Newcastle coming up soon. A team that we couldn't even get a shot off in 3 games on target. Yeah? They beat us 3 times last season. The only team that got bullied more than that was Man United by Spurs. Hit me. This is why that's Flawless's bitch, side bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. But guess what? Yeah? Liverpool will rip us a new one. City will rip us a new one. Did you not see the play? City can fucking take off. Haaland, big up Xerxes, Mamouche. Yeah? They got fucking Foden on the bench. No, sorry, injured, ready to come back. Even though I don't rate him like that, he's still a baller. They got Rodri, and they're not fucking trying to say, yeah, come back quick, because they got gunman blood. Oscar Bob, baller. Then when you go to Liverpool, yeah, even though a lot of people say there's a stats man, yeah, and all of that, he has a bad game and then he comes up with 2 goals, yeah. What really matters in life? Scoring, right? You can have 10 bad games, yeah, and each game you score in the 89th minute. Who gives a shit? Because that 89th goal helps you win. And that's what it's about. Players that pop up in big moments, yeah? Not players, yeah, that can be like, you know what, yeah? We have 22 shots, but so guess what? My team is so bad, blood. You know what I'm saying? My team is wicked, star. Yeah, my team played so good. And you lost. Let me show you lot something, yeah? Throughout the Wenger years, right? I saw Arsenal play some beautiful football. Some beautiful, amazing technical, like triangles. It was amazing. There's a reason why they call it Wenger ball. You know what I'm saying? Wenger ball. If you're old enough to understand, yeah, to actually be able to watch it live, you would have said that's the most beautiful football we've ever seen in this country. You know what I'm saying? At least in this country, for my age group and demographic, right? But how many times did we come up against a Chelsea, a Sam Allardyce team, yeah, and lost? Why? Because they kicked us around. The only reason why the 49 didn't become 50, because Man United did everything on the field apart from physically assault us, yeah, and cheated a little bit. But you know what? Yeah, that's that. I ain't got no sour grapes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just squeezing my lemons. Fucking arsehole. Yeah, I ain't got no sour grapes like that. You get me? But Arsenal still lost when we played the most beautiful football. You get me? So who gives a shit? When it comes down to it, it's about 3 points. It's about the 3-point collectors. You get what I'm saying? Yeah? It's about not even starting as you mean to go on. Yeah? Because I don't want to see us play that trash this season. Right? Because then it's going to be a long season and I'm going to have man like fucking Sai. Man like Sai, yeah? My brother, yeah? Constantly trolling me, bro. You get what I'm saying? It's so ironic. You get me? But it is what it is, yeah? And he says, I agree, don't see. But Zubi is a destroyer and he can cut the lines with passes, but not in elite way, not in elite way. So yeah, no, I get what you're saying that, but then that there's different levels to ballers. Like it's just like FIFA playing the FIFA game. Like there's different skill levels and all of that. Like Zubimendi, you see Zubimendi, yeah, you probably watched him more than I watch him. You hit me, yeah, in time because you know what it is like when it comes to transfers and all of that, like you watch abundance of leagues. You know what I'm saying? So your knowledge, I will always like when I'm on stream with you or talking to you, yeah, you know that I actually take your word seriously. You know what I'm saying? You're my people, my family. You know what I'm saying? And one of these days you're gonna come on stream with me and me do an Arsenal Liverpool show. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but like I want him to show me that you can get to the elite stage. You know what I'm saying? That elite stage. You get me? Because every player has to start from somewhere. Nobody just comes in football and becomes elite. Yeah, like only Messi could have done that. You get me? And how many years do a player like that, yeah, come around? Do you get me? Once in how many years? The last one before that is a Maradona. I can't tell you who the next one is because people say Yamal is good, but Yamal didn't have the traction that Messi had. You know what I'm saying? Coming into this game, your first game, scoring a banger, yeah, gets ruled offside wrongly, and then he gets the ball passed to him again by Ronaldinho and scores his official first goal, yeah, in La Liga, yeah, and then the rest is history. Because to me, Messi is the best player to play ever. But then I'm never going to judge another player onto that standard. That is selfish. You get me? Zubimendi, he has time to grow. Like he's 23, isn't he? 23, 24. So he's got a lot of time to ball out, yeah? This season is a massive season. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know that we're not winning anything, man, I just want to see where how high his ceiling is. Yeah, or if we constantly bringing game after game. This is why when I started off this stream, I said I'm not going to judge him. It's the first game. He's coming into a new system that he doesn't totally understand yet. Partey was a baller, yeah. But yeah, guess what? Partey, it took him so long to become that baller. You get me? And I watched him. I actually watched Partey a lot at AC, not Atletico Madrid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give Zubimendi time. Yeah, what I'm saying. He also says, yeah, he's catching strays, yeah. United always catching strays. Bruv, honestly, fuck United, yeah. Fuck Tottenham. Each and every time. We know my stance. I got no beef with Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Because when Arsenal had that rivalry with Liverpool in the early 80s, yeah, I was a little Pitney star. So I can't remember that. I can't even remember the feeling. You know what I'm saying? All right? So I'm not going to turn around and say, yeah, well, do you know what? Yeah, you beat us this, you beat us that. Anyone can Google goals and this and that. When, like, Man United, like when Arsenal was competing, yeah, and winning leagues and we winning titles and like cups and all of that, yeah, it was Arsenal Man United. See what I'm saying? So Arsenal Man United are my greatest rivals that I grew up with, not what I was born into, what I grew up into. Yeah. So like I said, that's all I see. He also says, don't see if Martin Zubi clicks Arsenal have a good season. Do you know what? Yeah, like my stance is that I don't want Arsenal to have a good season. I want Arsenal to have a great season. Yeah. We like my stance, we all know Donty is like, do you know what? Yeah, fuck Arteta, yeah. I want him out. I said it last season, just after we beat Real Madrid. Whether Arsenal wins or lose, I want him out. Yeah. I got crucified for those comments. But they ain't saying that now, are they? Yeah. They ain't saying that now. And I don't want to be playing the game of, yeah, you know, I was right, all of this, all of that. Nah, I ain't got time for that. I'd rather disrespect Tottenham. You know what I'm saying? Even after Tottenham winning, what is it, the European trophy, that a cup competition that we was in as well, and we couldn't win it. But yet they win it. These Arsenal fans still trying to say, yeah, well, I'm going to give Arteta one more season. This motherfucker's at 5.5. What the fuck has he done? Cool, he won one FA Cup through COVID, whatever. But since he's built his own team, what? 8th, 5th, second 3 times. Yeah? Closest we had to a trophy, yeah, is what? PSG last season. And they were there for the taking. Right? Whether Partey is in his team or not, yeah, every player should know the system to play their part. He put Moreno in midfield. Okay, that's worked how many times? And then you play that in the biggest game of our season last season. Yeah, this is why I predict them third. Do you know what I'm saying? And if I had my own way, I would like Arsenal to finish like 8th or 9th, simply because that's the only way that Arteta is going to get sacked, right? Because he's not good enough for this. He's not good enough for this. And I've had so many arguments with people to say, yeah, he's good enough. No, he's not good enough. Because what has shown you that he's good enough, that hasn't shown you that he's not good enough. Because you could give me moments or games that he's won in good fashion. And yeah, do you know what it is? When we beat Real Madrid, I was skinning pure teeth blood. You get me? These pearly whites. When we beat Man City, which I predicted, and I said we were going to batter them, I was getting bare pearly whites. But that was in isolation because I'm always happy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always happy beating teams like that. You get me? But what happened afterwards? You know what happened? He goes on a mic at the Emirates Stadium and he says, you know what, yeah? We tried our best. We did our best. Yeah? Big up catch. Yeah? That's my brother. Yeah? This season, what I want is more. Yeah? I want Arteta to prove me wrong. Yeah? Because I'm not a top gooner, I'm not a bottom gooner. I'm Arsenal do better. That's all I want. Because if that game against Man United, we played well, do you know what, yeah? I'll be praising them. I'll be praising them, man, so much. I'll be like, do you know what, yeah? This might be the start of something to come, but let's not get too carried away because we know Arteta and what Arteta's done, yeah? If we go on, let's say, the whole league and we get 1-0 here, 1-0 there, and we ended up winning, I don't give a shit. But I can't say that that's going to happen simply because we haven't got the artillery. When you look at a team like Man City and what they have on the bench, bro, their bench players can get in literally every other team's freaking first team. They're bench players. You get me? Because I'll take Mamouche in my first team. Yeah? They're ballers, bro. And fair enough, I'm not going to try and compare myself to Man City. It ain't happening. For when they got Pep. You get me? But then put us in a position, right, where at the end of the season, regardless of what happens, you can say, do you know what, yeah? Arsenal, we did our best. You get me? And we saw that. Buying a striker, yes, that's one of them. You get me? Buying a striker, that's actually going in the right direction. Forget the Man United game. That's the first game. Everyone was trash. He weren't getting no service. Let all the rival fans talk their shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when he starts going against them, yeah, then it's time for us, man, to say, yo, who are you saying? What's really good, my brother? You get me? Yeah? What I want to see is, we've got, let's say another 12 days. 12 days? Is it 12 days of the window left? Buy a fucking replacement 10. Buy a left back. Get both of those players, because you know what, right? That jumps us up from third, in my opinion, because it makes us serious. Yeah. And when I say buy a 10, buy someone, yeah, that's completely different from Odegaard. Don't buy like for like players. Give me something different. Give us do you know what? Yeah, when you need that goal, when a team has got a low block, and do you know what? Yeah, spamming balls in is bullshit because you got 6'2" defenders plus, yeah, heading the ball away. Get a player that's willing to take on 5 or 6 players, or even just play Ethan. You get me? Because obviously, I don't know what he's doing with Ethan, whether he likes him or not. Yeah, but he's not playing him. What's his name? Dalman. I don't think he's going to play that much games this season unless we have a major injury crisis. Yeah. And to be honest, I wouldn't want someone that young coming in our team. I'd rather a ready-made player, a person that is going to literally take the ball, take the game by the scruff of his neck. Yeah. Is it going to happen all the time? No, it's not going to happen all the time. But guess what? Put us in a position. You know what I'm saying? Where we can say, do you know what? Yeah, we did all we can do. Yeah. And for everyone else to be like, do you know what? Yeah, maybe Arteta's not good enough. You get me? Or Arteta himself to say, you're not good enough. Yeah. Yo, big up Catch, yeah. Do you know what it is? I'm going to post my thing on these things. You know what I'm saying? That yo, big up Catch, yeah. He's always showing me love. You get me? Yeah. So big up my brother. You get me? Yeah, big up Mob Boss as well. It says, big up Dundee. I'm happy with the win, but I need to see bigger performances v Leeds. Yeah, we'll come into the Leeds game in a second. We'll come into the Leeds game in a second. Right? I just want to see better. I just want to see Arsenal do a lot more in the in the window before the window closes. You get me? Because I'm always Arsenal over manager, over player, over everything. When it's like let's say a lot of last season, I did a lot of rants. That's because Arsenal let me down a hell of a lot of time. I'm not going to stay positive when I see negativity. I'm going to call it out. If someone thinks I'm wrong, do you know what? Yeah, now you know where to find me. Hit me, holler at me. I'll make a show. Explain to me why. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a conversation. You get me? There might be a lot of verbal in it, but don't take it personal. That's just who I am. You get me? Yeah. I just want to see Arsenal do better. Yeah. It says, big up Dempsey. I'm happy with the win, but I need to see bigger performances against Leeds. You see, because you see Leeds, yeah, I had this hatred for Leeds, right? Because there was that team that I think it was 2002, 2003 season or one of those seasons when if we beat them, we would have won a league or something like that. And they beat us 3-2. I think it was Mark Viduka that scored. If I can remember, it was like the 89th minute because they scored first. And I think they scored, they was up 2-0. And then I think it was Bergkamp and Henry scored. And I was like, yeah. Later in the game, like 60, 70 minutes or something like that. And then I'm like, yes, come on, Arsenal, come on, Arsenal, come on, Arsenal. Do you know your little teeny bop, yeah? And then you're trying to get into, like, you're in the pub with all the Arsenal familiars, and then you're watching it, and then you see, I think it was Viduka that scored the last goal in like the 90th or 90 minutes plus or something like that, right? It was mad. You know what I'm saying? It was mad. And it was so disappointing. And from that day, yeah, I fucking hated Leeds because you know what? Yeah, they gave us some hell when they was in the league. You know what I'm saying? This is why when the man got liquidated, it's bad. It's not good to laugh at other man's downfall, but ha ha he. You know what I'm saying? But they're back. You know what I'm saying? And against Leeds, we're gonna destroy them. They're gonna play a low block. Do you know what? I hope they come to play football, but going off yesterday's game, nah, I don't think so. Because yesterday's game, they played horrible. It was a horrible game. They won 1-0. Was it a penalty? Not in my opinion, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's for me, with Leeds, we need you know what it is, we're gonna win against Leeds, but it's how are we going to perform against Leeds? Because like I said before, we can't perform any worse than Man United. We cannot perform any worse than Man United. You get me? So if that's the bar, the lowest bar for us, yeah, things can only get better. And it's funny because against Leeds, I'm predicting like a 4-0. You know what I'm saying? And when I say 4-0, I don't mean a 4-0 scrappy game. I mean a 4-0 man's doing rondos with man in the middle. Do you know what I'm saying? This game, we need to show levels. You know what I'm saying? We need to show that we're worthy to actually kick ball with the big boys. You get me? Yeah. Because after seeing the Man City and the Liverpool performances, this was a far cry from what Arsenal was. Even that to last season. Yeah. Because we could pick out the PSG game, the Man City game. We could even pick out the Liverpool game as such, yeah, where we just balled out. You get me? The Brighton game, which was a kind of a decent game. And against Man United, I didn't think it would be so stinky. And I hope I don't ever see that kind of performance in this club this season. You know what I'm saying? This is why come Leeds, we need to ball out because just remember, around the corner, we've got a City. We've got Newcastle. I've also got Liverpool. You see, the first 7-8 games, it sounds crazy, but it's going to define Arsenal season. It's going to define Arsenal season. We've got over one hurdle. Yeah. Even though the hurdle was made of trash, we got over that hurdle. Right. And for me, it's always about the 3 points. It's nothing less than that. It's always about the 3 points. But performances, we need to perform because when it comes to it, when we play the big boys, we need to perform. We're still in the Champions. We're in the Champions League. Look, right. I don't want to go again the end of this season and see Tottenham anywhere near a trophy and Arsenal be what? Bridesmaids again. It can't happen. It can't happen. We need to we need to put ourselves in a position where we're doing better, where we're getting better players. Right? This is why I said earlier on, I want Madueke to start. Well, or I call him nonsense number 20 because he's better than Martinelli. Martinelli, his days are done, in my opinion. But we need better. We need certain man to rival man, yeah, to be like, do you know what, yeah? If you're not performing and I come on, I'm scoring a goal because I want to play next game because that's going to push a player or push a player out of the team, and that includes Saka as well. Like I said, I'm always going to be club over any manager or player because once the manager or player is gone, the club's still going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I rated Wenger, but even Wenger, who done so much for English football, had to leave. His time had to come. Henry, the greatest player to touch English soil, in my opinion. The greatest player, yeah, in my generation. I'm not talking about the Bobby Charltons and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that, bro. You hit me? I might be bald, yeah, but I ain't that old. You hit me? Yeah, I still can get out of my bed and twist and shout and all of that. You hit me? Yeah. So the best player I've ever seen, or Grace, no, is Bergkamp and Henry. Right? Bergkamp and Henry. Two of the greatest players I've ever seen come into the Premier League. Whenever and even their time had to go. You hit me? I want to be like, do you know what? Yeah, when I walk past the Arsenal Stadium, those murals to say something, to actually mean something, to say like these players, they won my team a trophy, a Premier League or a Champions League. You hit me? Either. But we can't because we haven't put ourselves in the position to say that we can at least compete this season. And that's all I want. Yeah. I want us to be like, do you know what? Yeah. If you man are going to win this league, when I play you man, I'm going to give you man hell. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to play every other team, yeah, because we're not going to win every game. This ain't an invincible season. We haven't got a Perez, we haven't got a Vieira, we haven't got a Gilberto Silva, we haven't got a Torre, we haven't got a Campbell, we haven't got a Lehman, we haven't got a Cashley Cole. You know what I'm saying? We haven't got a Bergkamp, we haven't got a Reyes, we haven't got a Lundberg, we haven't got a Woutord, and we haven't got a Henry. But put us in a position where you man are fighting for the fucking title every single game. Because the last game that I saw, it can't be like that. You get me? And that's my disappointment. This is why I said I'm not a top gooner. I'm not a bottom gooner. I'm a gooner do fucking better. Just do better. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what, yeah? Give us so-called negative fans, right? Nothing to complain about. You know what I'm saying? Make us see the light. You know what I'm saying? Make us, man, see the fucking light. Yeah? So I could turn around and say, so I can go on next man's pod, yeah? Because if I say something positive, yeah, man like Catch, which was in the chat, he'd be like, yo, Don, when you say that, me boy, are you going to apologize yet? Yeah? Have you made yourself a forfeit yet? Hit me. That's what I want to see. Yeah. And I'm going to close out soon, but yeah, let me get to the last few comments. Don C. Trossard extended his contract to 2027. That you see things like that, yeah. It shows me that Arsenal's not going to buy an Eze or anyone else this season, or Lockman, or that a player that it was the trial that showed me about Lockman. Like, it was like, yeah, go look at him, yeah. And I did, and he's a player that I think they'll fit in Arteta's system. You see, Trossard, he's a decent player, but I don't know because I like Trossard. And to be honest, I prefer Trossard to stay more than Martinelli. But then if both of them are here, we're not getting an Eze. Do you get me? Because they said that, oh yeah, all we're waiting for is that bomber from that dude, I forgot his name, about Tottenham. Yeah. But we heard another bomber with Gibbs White in it, and it seemed like all those rumors got clouded away. It's what it is. Yeah. My thing is that there was no bomber when it came to us and Martinelli. We moved so quick. Even Zubimendi. We moved so quick. Like, put up the money. If you want to play a goal, get him. Yeah, if you want to play a goal, get him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I said, I need competition in my team. We need competition in my team. Okay, if that's true, Don't agree with that one. Okay, brother. Let's just say we disagree to agree in that effect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Uh it is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. I don't want him in my team, and I don't like him in my team. But like I said, if that is true, that means we're not getting no more other players. Yeah. So this is a team that we're gonna go forward with. You know what I'm saying? This is a team like that. We've got to be like, yeah, let's ride or die. Let the certain man be happy. Let certain man be angry. More me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but either, we're all gonna be entertained. We're all gonna be entertained, peoples. Yeah. So yeah, people. Once again. Thank you again. Thank you for sharing this stream with myself. I hope each and every one of you have a blessed day. Yeah. Whether it's morning, afternoon, noon, or night, make sure you always stay safe, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the roads are cold outside, blood. You hit me? Be good to people. Just don't be good to your team and call out bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Until the next stream, my people, manners and respect. Oh, yeah, make sure you share this and like and subscribe. Have a nice evening, people. Bless up.